Oh, y'all go the vampires. I mean, we just.
Beetroot, nature's powerhouse. Packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Monday. Hope your weekend was fantastic, restful, peaceful, however you choose to spend it, literally however you chose to spend it. Mine was nice. Can't complain. Not much details about it, but karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today show right here on the media of the 21st century. My name is Joby, to those who are on YouTube, Beetroot on Rumble, to those who are with us on the radio station, Spreaker, Spotify, on whatever network or platform you're catching live with us from. Karibu Sana. Once again, Joby in the building. We have Mr. Blackoutfire in the building as well. We're going to be talking about the Epstien emails, where the Donald Trump, the current president of America, has been found with some details. I don't know much about this, literally. And if I look at what I was to discuss about on Friday, I think it's kind of relatively related, because on Friday it said the same, literally kind of conversation about the Epstein files that, I don't know, it was about the SD.
Well, it's the Epstein files. It's about the emails coming out about Epstein's brother talking to him about Trump and all the things they've done. So we got to go to the emails. And so the emails claim that Trump used to give Bill Clinton blowjobs in the White House. And, according to emails between Epstein and his brother. And so, and also emails are just reallocating that Trump is vile. He's always been a pedophile. And so then it also went back to the case and reopened up the cases that Trump had already been accused back in the 90s of sucking a little 9-year-old boy's dick, right? And 9-year-old girl, there's a 9-year-old boy, and there was a girl. So he settled out of court. So and so everybody whitewashed that he paid money. So he paid money, right, of these cases of pedophilia. So he's out there sucking little 9-year-old boys Johnson. So the sad fact with these people, we know in white America, they always got some kind of pedophilia, homosexual shit going on all the time. And so they just all the stuff going on because they try to make him the fighter. He's fighting against the pedophilia. And they're on the media, so they try to make a fake narrative. False, he's fighting against the pedophiles and blah, blah, blah. That was a fake Trump image when they know for years he was a pedophile, right? And then they talk about, they say Putin's got the, once you go to TikTok, we go to TikTok, we go look at all these videos. They say Putin's got the footage of him sucking President Clinton's penis, so he's been blackmailing Trump with it, right? So go to TikTok, Joby, and say,
okay.
Nah, they know it's Clinton. Bubba, that's what Clinton's nickname is, Bubba. They all say it's Clinton.
So let me play the one I had. I had like a few queued in because this is this
Bro,
is this is
right, bro, okay.
crazy. This is
It's
crazy.
what?
It's crazy. And listen,
You said it's crazy, Joby. You know what you saying?
it's crazy. And if you allow me before I get to that, because I had a question: Is it a must you suck? Is it a must to be a pedophile in this system? Is it a must you?
Yes, yes, it
This,
is.
you know,
Yes, yes,
and then
yes,
other
because
rules, like there are other
yes,
rules.
yes,
Proper finishing
yes,
with this,
yes,
everything, you know, all that. So
yes, it is. It is because they need something to pin on you. Make sure you don't go out the reservation of all the crook, evil and wicked shit they do. So they need things. They need you to be able to have stuff pinned on you. So you won't go out the reservation and start telling no truth. You become their puppet. That's why you can only go so high if they got trash on you, Joe. If they can
mm-hmm,
blackmail you.
mm-hmm.
So so then it's not like they're not making you do willingly because you want to do it anyway.
So
You
no,
want to
this
suck.
it's not about doing it
You
anyway. We know who control the world, because earlier today I was doing my research personally. I bumped into a video which was talking about why African leaders, most of them, have to go to the Israel wall, like, and have the cape on them, which is a question most of the Africans today are questioning. But it's not just African leaders; it's global leaders, including Trump
global,
himself, because
of course.
if you if you're doing
See,
this,
see,
you eating
you know,
wives, all
let
that.
me say this,
Why
Jimmy.
can't they
Oh, Jimmy.
go?
Let me say this. Spider Man. If anybody grew up looking at Spider Man, I was a Spider Man fan. Remember, Spider Man had all his damn enemies, right? And it was one called the Green Goblin, right? So Spider Man had the Green Goblin. We as American, as Trump is the cock goblin. Okay, Trump is the cock goblin. He's gobbling cock.
I don't know what that say is, because I can't relate to it, because it's not. I don't know. Repeat it. What did you say?
Okay.
Repeat.
Okay. Now, have you ever seen Spider Man, Joby, as a
Yes.
kid, the cartoon? And
Yes.
one of his nemesis is called the Green Goblin, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, Spider Man had the Green Goblin. We in America, we got Trump. Trump is the cock goblin. That's what a dick is called, a cock. He's gobbling up cocks. He's a cock goblin. So,
Wow.
so we got right. Wow, we got the cock goblin.
Mm-hmm. Get it now. But yeah, just as we relate, literally, let me play this one first, because this one explains literally for us to understand also why they're doing this. Personally, I feel like, you know, does it really have to be cock sucking, killing children? There are other rules you can follow. Personally, I feel like, this rule,
What's it supposed to be, Joby? What's it supposed to be, Joby?
I
What are your
wouldn't
rules?
I wouldn't take no pedophile type of a rule personally.
We're asking you. Okay, what are your rules? So you run the world. What are you gonna make people do to stay loyal to Joby? What are your rules? Police reported ahead.
Now with today's systems applying, you're breaking off, by the way, but I can hear what you're asking. Now with today's system applying, what would I make people do? Peace, unite. Let's have a common agenda, not this bullshit of common agenda
How
bullshit.
how
Is a lie.
how's that giving you power, peace, and unite? We're talking about
Trading,
peace
trading
and
real,
unite.
trading real resources with real power, which I'm the real power as an African. So yeah, that's how.
Well, they're not ruling the world like you. They're evil. I said if you're evil, Joby, where
The
do you get
difference.
people to do what you want them to do?
Difference. That's why I'm not them. That's why they are them, literally. But
Okay,
anyway,
there you go. That's why you keep
Why
asking.
do
Why
all
would you do this?
presidents kiss
Because they're evil. Boy.
this wall?
You guys are lost.
Why do all presidents kiss this wall?
If you guys are lost, like I was the first time I watched this, don't worry, I've got the context. This TikTok that I got tagged in shows a bunch of clips that, out of context, might seem a little bit odd. We can see President Trump touching this wall, and a variety of other presidents doing the exact same thing. Now, the wall that they're touching here is known as the Western Wall or the Wailing Wall, and this is an extremely important historical site in Israel. And this all ties to a giant conspiracy theory that Israel, and specifically Jewish individuals, are the ones behind the scenes in the entire world stage, just
They are. That's the truth.
pulling the strings and manipulating everything. But in reality, the reason why this is done is because the US and Israel have an extremely close relationship. Pretty much every single president will end up visiting Israel during their term, and as a sign of respect, visiting the Wailing Wall.
That ain't the reason why they would do that. Exactly. Those are all lies. You would just keep going. Why you just there? Why you ain't going nobody else's shit? You're mandatory to go there. That's right. Exactly. All lies.
Yeah, so I wanted to share that, of course, not to just get deeper into the context, because we know why they're doing this. We know first the root power of all this, or the root power people who are connected to this system, why the children would be involved, why humanity would be involved, which they love using actually as a very big, how do I say, as a very big defense mechanism of calling out humanity crisis globally, yet they're the same people who don't defend or care about humanity crisis, if you understand what I'm saying. But going back to what Kid is actually talking about, personally, for the videos I had, that was last week, one of the videos I had of this guy talking about what is Trump caught up in. Let me share this.
Well, do I have some fantastic Epstein update news for y'all. It seems like in another life, Trump had an obsession with another big, beautiful bill. Except this one wasn't really coming out of his mouth 24/7. It was coming in his mouth. That is right, y'all. I wish I was... Actually, no, I don't. I'm so happy it's real. But within the Epstein files, there was a gem that allegedly, from Epstein's brother, that Trump sucked off Bill Clinton. And that allegedly Putin has proof of this. And let me just stop you right there. Trump doing gay stuff isn't what's surprising. Bill Clinton doing gay stuff isn't what's surprising. We know predators will put it in anything. What's surprising to me that I happened to catch was, remember when Epstein said, or maybe you don't remember when he said it, but then the emails or whatever came out. He said that if everything came out that he had, they'd have to cancel the 2016 election. And I always kind of took that to mean as like, oh, like Trump and Bill are both implicated. That wouldn't be good for Hillary. Like they'd have to cancel the election and find new candidates. But this was not what I was expecting. That one of the candidates sucked off the other candidate's husband. I also don't want us to forget about the Helsinki of it all and how some of the emails that I talked about in a previous video, where Epstein is bragging pretty much about how he's in direct contact with the Russian government and is giving them tips and advice on how to handle Trump. And then a month later was when Trump had that meeting with Putin and he came out looking like he was newly put on a leash. And that was when he sort of said like, fuck America, like Russia did nothing wrong, we love Russia. And again, the Alaska summit a few months ago, same thing. As all this continues to come out, it feels like pieces are just falling right into place, and things that maybe didn't make 100% sense before now sort of make sense. Anyway, that's sort of all we know about that right now, but I wanted to share because that was a glorious thing to wake up to this morning. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Yeah, so that's one of the videos. The second one,
I've been up all night reading the Jeffrey Epstein emails, which are basically about 20,000 emails from the disgraced late sex offender and financier to many high-powered people, friends of his, former president of Harvard, and others. What really struck me about these emails was some of the things that Epstein said about his former friend and close confidant, Donald Trump. So here's my 3 top takeaways from this. The first one was in February 2017 when former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers was talking to Epstein about Trump and how he hadn't wrecked the world yet. This is soon after he took office. And Epstein said, well, I think I've told you about him before. There's not one decent cell in his body. I've met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump. He also told Summers, you see how dirty Trump is. And this is just days after Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, had pled guilty to charges that implicated Trump in some financial crimes, including paying hush money to a former stripper and adult dancer to keep her quiet right before the 2016 election. In other emails from around that time, Epstein said that Trump was dropping an F-bomb, said Trump was effing crazy and borderline insane. Also that he was very dangerous and that you had to watch him very carefully. And he said this was corroborated by friends people that knew Trump very well. At that point, Epstein purportedly had been estranged from Trump for some time, at least maybe a decade, and hadn't been close to him. But he was still of the belief that Trump was a very dangerous person. And to me, the most significant one is around December 2018, when the feds were investigating Epstein for sex trafficking charges that ultimately led to his arrest and his apparent suicide in a Manhattan jail. They were talking about Trump again, and somebody was saying that basically, they're just investigating Epstein's plea agreement.
I feel like for me, it makes sense why he would be appointed again as a president, because being involved in these files and cases which involved most of the names of the people with, power and the people behind the scenes at the same time again, it makes sense why be a president again, because, hey, you're part of the cult, you're part of the clan, you're part of the family, you're part of the
Of
gang,
course,
you're part of everything.
of course. Understand that both of them been caught. We know Bill Clinton. We know Bill Clinton's been caught raping children. He's been on Epstein Island. They were trying to make a difference between that. Bill Clinton and Trump have been best friends forever. So it all makes sense. And then you go back and read Trump's early history of him giving payoff for sucking little kids' penises and raping little girls. They tried to make, the fake media, the fake J-owned cat with the hat media, tried to make him like in some hero. He's fighting pedophilia. But he's always been a pedophile, allegedly, right? You gotta put the allegedly, So, do I believe he sucked off Bubba? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why would Epstein, who had nothing to do with just talking to his brother, he don't have no reason to lie. They both run the same circles. So this was a private thing between them. The emails got released. He said, yeah, I remember I had Trump, and Trump was going to the White House and sucking Bubba's dick. That's right, sucking it, taking all the gum, sucking Bubba's dick. Okay, then we got to play that rap video again.
I will. But shout out to Big
Good.
the bill,
Good.
shout out to Jabba in the house. I see Big Cheese with a comment saying that the Democrats have blackmail material on Obama. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like literally they have to, like Keith have said openly a couple of times, they have to have something pinned on you so that you can come back again. You can play their bid, and they do have something pinned on majority of these coons. That's why they are coons or leaders, they're puppets. They play the role, they ensure everything is done how it's done. So it's clearly evident, because the impeachment of Trump was it 2020, 2021, 2020, literally 2020? The impeachment of Trump, literally with the racism and everything, that should have been the end of him, because for us in Africa, what we perceived of peaked was total racism. That's why people didn't even like Trump, because what we saw and learned about him before even knowing who he is, or like, this is a racist motherfucker. We don't even, who is this, So we're actually supporting what we don't even know. But looking at it deeper, it's not just about the role you play. They have something pinned deep on you, and that's why you have to come play the bidding. But I have another video that I queued also as well.
Exactly.
From this guy. I like playing this guy's video a lot, so pardon me. Literally, I'd say, apart from us, one among the few left who can talk the truth without being funded, backed up, or anything.
You got no sound, Joby, on this video.
You can take it? Okay, let me do this. Just some minutes. Okay.
Hey everybody, Josh Dickerson.
What about now?
Yeah, now.
Okay.
Media here, and new Epstein files have been released, but it's not what you might think. They have been released by the House Democrats, and you can imagine that they pretty much only go after Trump. But nonetheless, the emails are very worth looking into and very interesting. We have to understand, though, that the Democrats for years said anything Epstein related was a conspiracy theory. Now they're jumping on the wagon for political gain, just like Republicans are now. Previously in the past, they said we need to release the Epstein files, and now they're like, there are no files, and anyone that thinks that there's anything there is a weakling. We have to deal with the reality here. This is far deeper than Republican or Democrat. In fact, that's the point. We have Of course, something very nefarious going on. It is
Uniparty. Yeah.
run by the Israeli government and Israeli intelligence, Mossad. And we're going to go into what these
Exactly. Israeli intelligence,
they're
Mossad,
very
and the
important nonetheless,
CIA.
regardless of who they target, because it does reveal some very interesting information. And I think that it's important that we delve deep into what all of this means. As the Daily Mail reports, Jeffrey Epstein says Trump spent hours with one of his victims and trove of shocking new emails. And of course, we have a whole article here that we could go into from Zero Hedge, and we have a bunch of the files up on the screen here. We're going to go into this and more today, my friends. Before we do, I urge you to check those links below. And of course, check out Wave Watch 2.0. Save $100 on a Wave Watch if you use code WAM, W-A-M. No Wi-Fi required. It's no messy cords, no apps needed. This is amazing stuff. This is endorsed by people like Dr. Brian Artis. 1,100 plus frequencies on your wrist. Improve your sleep and balance your emotions. Enhance mental clarity. True score. Video year or check in. As Gareth Ike says, I'm shocked, I tell you, as these new files come out, pushed by House Democrats. Now, as I said, this is a back and forth meant to keep people perpetually fighting, and they'll give us a little every now and then in order to keep people sitting on their hands. New Epstein files drop, except from Dems, and they involve Trump. As this article from Zero Hedge says, one of the most controversial issues of the second Trump administration has been the release, or lack thereof, the Epstein files, meaning a list of high-profile Epstein associates who were defiling sex-trafficked girls. When Trump seemed to reverse course earlier this year, asking reporters, why are we still talking about that dead pedophile, it caused a rift among his base, causing the DOJ to release binders full of recycled information we already knew. Whether or not Trump is guilty or of anything, it's not the greatest look. Yeah, well, especially when you're giving Hellfire missiles to Israel right after to attack Iran. It says, well, new Epstein files have just dropped, this time from House Democrats, and Trump is mentioned. Whether this implicates Trump any more than he's implicated himself is something you'll have to decide for yourself. In an email exchange between Epstein and accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein notes that an alleged victim had spent hours at my house with Trump. And I quote, I want you to realize that that dog hasn't barked. It says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. There's a typo there. Epstein wrote in an April 2011 message to Maxwell. And I quote, victim, it was, of course, redacted, but we know who many of these victims are now, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned, he continues. And I quote, I have been thinking about that, Maxwell replied. You have the emails there. It says, in another email between Epstein and journalist Michael Wolff from 2019, very interesting, again, with Michael Wolff, the guy who wrote Fire and Fury. Epstein writes that victim, it shows redacted victim, Mar-a-Lago, redacted. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never remember, ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. So that's an interesting email with, again, a lot redacted that leaves a lot up to the imagination and seems rather cherry-picked. This, of course, supports Trump's assertion that he was pissed that Epstein was recruiting at Mar-a-Lago and asked Ghislaine to stop. And in 2015, reply to Epstein, months after Trump declared his candidacy for president, Wolff says, I think you should let him hang himself. So, again, they're talking about blackmail. I thought they said that Epstein wasn't a blackmail agent. That's what Kash Patel was trying to claim recently. Obvious bullshit. Obviously, he was, and we'll go into that further later. It says, and I quote, if he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency, Wolff continues. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win the election, you could save him, generating a debt. Interesting, isn't it? That is the epitome of blackmail. As Zero Hedge writes, which of course begs a question as to why anti-Trump journalist Michael Wolff, who wrote Fire and Fury, was advising Epstein on political strategy re Trump in the first place. Because it's all one big club that you ain't in, my friends. And of course, This is all theater. They utilize this to continue to control both sides. It's a paradigm, the left-right paradigm. And people knew that for years, but then Trump came along and now suddenly, oh, this time it's different, and the president somehow had power to bring the rest of the whole establishment down. Give me a break. Then he'd have a bullet in his head. Oh, but they tried to shoot him. Really? Did they? I don't know. There's a lot of questions around that and how they arrange the photographers. That's a different story.
You talking about the fake assassination attempt? Yeah. Yeah, it's a fake assassination attempt. It's fake.
If he were to be killed, then it would cause a civil war, which they could manufacture in order to bring in emergency orders. If he doesn't get killed, then he could be brought up as a hero. Again, this is what they do. Now it continues on with emails from Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre, where she had denied Trump did anything wrong. And by the way, her back and forth contradicts itself many times in the court filings. Of course, she mysteriously died a few months ago, but it's like these back and forths about, Trump was around, was good friends with Jeffrey Epstein, but he didn't partake in any sex with any of the girls, and it never flirted with me, or blah, 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 blah. Okay. But then the back and forth, how do you know? Well, because I just know that it didn't happen when I was around. Why are you jumping to that? Like, she said similar things about Bill Clinton, and it's like, why are you jumping to that? It's just strange. Though, then again, her new book, her posthumous release of her new book, Virginia Giuffre, who I just reported on in another video, said that an Israeli prime minister raped and beat her. And it seems pretty clear that she's talking about Ehud Barak, considering the testimony she's made in the past about him, saying that Epstein was afraid of this prime minister and seemed to be controlled by him and did what he was told by this guy. Now, skipping through the Virginia Giuffre stuff, which you could check out on Zero Hedge at the article titled New Epstein Files Drop, except from Dems and they involve Trump, from, of course, today, November 12th, 2025. Go check them out yourself if you want to read all that. I went through it. It's not worth the time. It's just back and forth, confusing contradictions by Giuffre regarding Trump. But, the fact that we have them saying that, Wolf saying that I think you should let him hang himself or then create a debt, I think that says everything we need to know. Why, first of all, the Democrats, just as bad as Republicans, some say much worse, but I don't believe in the paradigm, so I'm just going to put them on an evil playing ground here, or even, see, Freudian slip, evil playing ground, even playing ground. Because at the end of the day, they're part of the same international establishment. But they release this stuff. And I just want to point out, remember when Trump originally claimed that, like Pam Bondi says, the Epstein files are on my desk. Then they released this document to a bunch of grifting fake influencers. They claim to be conservative that are really just pro-Israel slop. And the binders that they give them are just 100% redacted. Every line's blacked out. It was a joke. They're mocking us. And then they say, oh, well, actually, we've lost the Epstein files. And, oh, actually, there never were any. And, oh, as Trump says, if you ask about them, you're a weakling. And I have to just stand here and say, we have thousands of children who were trafficked that need justice, and many of whom have disappeared. And we could go on about, the Franklin scandal. And
well, like I said, I love that famous quote I keep quoting: justice is a matter of who's in power. If I'm quoting it correctly, literally, I can't remember.
That's it.
Justice is a matter of who's in power. Power doesn't belong to us until we claim power. Justice doesn't belong to us as well.
Of course, Bohemian Grove and all these other examples where children are said to have been trafficked and molested. Horrible stuff. Not to mention Jimmy Savile, not to mention Peter Nygaard. The list goes on and on. We have a bunch of other people coming out recently. And then the big Israeli connection, Howard Lutnick, who is one of Trump's right-hand men now and is behind Trump, whenever he makes statements claiming that talk about Epstein is stupid. When we look at the reality there, Lutnick was next door neighbors with Epstein. Did Hillary Clinton fundraisers for Clinton in 2016 next door to Epstein. Now and ends up being the head of Trump's transition team, and then a member. I believe he's a labor secretary, and he's always behind Trump talking about this, and is closely connected to Netanyahu. And this should raise a lot of questions. Alexander Acosta, another guy who is involved in this, of course, did the plea deal for Epstein in 2011, I believe, 2010, 2011, which I remember studying it as it was happening, and people on the Democratic side called me a conspiracy theorist. But anyway, Alexander Acosta gave the plea deal to Epstein, which allowed him to be free, by the way. And when asked why he did it, he said it was because that Epstein was an agent. He was informed that he was an agent of intelligence agencies. And of course, then Alexander Acosta says this to Trump's transition team when he becomes part of the first administration. Trump has long said that he kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. Epstein claims to say in these emails that he was never a member, but that Trump loved him and seemed to have a close connection with him and loved to be around his girls. And I don't think that there's any concrete proof of anything here other than what's claimed. But I do want to say that, of course, Trump probably has a lot of blackmail on him. It doesn't mean that it's children. It could just be grown women. But remember,
even his children. I think there's a video we did, or a video that went viral, or we shared.
It was children.
He was so close to his daughter inappropriately. The photos went viral, like the inappropriate just behavior. It's crazy. So for me, I feel like even listening to this as a woman, I just feel like it's the trigger every fucking day, especially if you're alive, If you're dead, that's different. If you're alive and you see these people who are ruling these countries, the people in power, and you've been in this position and you didn't get justice, it's not good. It's not good. I don't know how to describe it, how good it's not, but
you can't get justice without power, though.
I want to go into that, but that's why I'm not mentioning power, because I know power applies literally, but it's also just that it's so many young girls who have gone through this, because literally this month is a month of not only gender-based violence, but literally a month that is advocating for women who have been rape victims, victims of rape, victims of GBV, victims of assault, sexual assault in any sort of way from men. This is the month, literally, we have women who have turned their profile, who are using the purple, whatever. If you've seen that globally, that's what it's advocating for. So it's crazy. I feel like personally, as a woman and as someone who has been a victim of escaping rape, and not just rape, but listening to what I'm listening to, is just so crazy. And not even having the ability to either not talk about it, because you're gonna either not be blamed about it, justice doesn't apply, a lot of things, and it's really, really messed up. It's so bad.
Remember that he's like, he was running Miss Universe, Miss Teen America as well, and he was also banging models left and right, and he joked about that. He said that himself, that he has. And of course, all they have to do is put a camera in his bedroom and say, hey, I got blackmail against you. He doesn't want video of him having sex going out there. Obviously, it's Trump. He's got a big ego. He does not want that out there. Trust me, I 100% doubt that he wants a video of him having sex out there.
That's why you put cameras and shit, so you know what the fuck is going on.
I've been that up here. No one has said no.
These things like pulling out the chair and tucking.
You're telling on yourself, Joby, not me. Right.
Netanyahu and stuff like that.
Right.
But also, I do want to mention that he was in a lawsuit, one-on-one with Epstein, which the news never seems to report, where both he and Epstein were the defendants, and the alleged victim, was a 12-year-old girl. So that happened in like 2010, 2011, 2012. I can't remember the exact date. They erased so much of this stuff, and it's so hard to keep up with and find it a lot of the times. But I remember reading the court filings years ago, and it was pretty sketchy, but it was settled out of court. Now, and that could be nothing as well, but and again, another piece of that puzzle.
No, you don't sit out of court. You don't sit out of court when you're the power. So obviously there was some, and that's recent. That's 2012. You go back to the 90s, early 90s. He was getting sued and taken to court for all his sexual improprieties, having sex with children. Somehow that was all covered up. So this is not new, but they covered it up because, like you said,
but
hold on, Joby. He's part of the team. Yeah, hold up. I had enough of him talking anyway. And they cover that all up. As I said, that's why they do it, Joe, because they got future plans for you. And if you're not blackmailable, you're not gonna be president or put in high situations. Unless they got some dirt on you. Because if you go off the reservation and start telling the truth what's happening, they be forced to murder you. And so that's why they need some plans on you and dirt on you. So why you always gotta do this? Why can't it be love and unity? You're not gonna get no love and unity. You're talking about psychopaths.
But let me go through a few comments, and I'm gonna let you guys the since you don't want me to share that video. I
don't want him to take up all the time. No, let's go to TikTok. I'm gonna go to TikTok. Not him just talking, running his mouth. I really don't like that guy. Go ahead.
Okay. I see Jiba Jaba in the building. I see Big Cheese in the house. Jiba Jaba was earlier saying from Commander in Chief to Cock in the Chief. What? And also Big Cheese.
All right, cock in the Chief. I told you we got Spider-Man has the Green Goblin. We have the Cock Goblin. Right? We got the Cock Goblin. Trump is the Cock Goblin.
And also say Big Cheese says this is why Obama is always working hard for the Democrat party, and because I bet Epstein had photos of him giving men slappies, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Slappy. We trying to be nice. Slappy. Blowjobs. Penis. Sucking a penis, Joe.
Good luck to that. But I also see Jason in the building.
It's all kind of business. It's all kind of pictures of Barack Obama. Now it's not even like people are confused. They know Barack Obama is, you know what? They know he's that. They know it. But so it's all kind of pictures of him, doing all kind of foul, filthy shit. But go ahead.
I also see Jiba Jaba says politics is the business of blackmail, and Samuel Karibu Sana says you guys remember Obama and the crackhead in that limo.
The white man. Yeah. I had to look it up, Joe. You forgot? Okay. Look, remember, a couple times. Remember, Obama told you. Obama likes to get his penis sucked by smoking crack. Obama likes to get his dick sucked by smoking crack by a white man. He didn't want no filthy black booty. Obama like white men and white little girls. And so that guy did a press conference at the Washington Press Club. They never seen him again. But we know, all these people that Obama was with, all of a sudden just disappeared or were unalive. Okay? They don't want that out there yet. Until Obama crosses them and goes off the reservation, that's when they start bringing up all these pictures show Barack Obama with his butthole open and all kind of crazy, he'll be butt naked with some footies on. He'll be butt naked with some footies on, with a white man's penis out his butt or his mouth. That's where they show up. But Obama's been happily part of the game. But go ahead, Joby.
And I also see Baron Scott in the building. Jiba Jaba says, I don't think you needed to explain that. But cock is a short for cuckold, a submissive man that likes to watch. And also says Larry Larry Sinclair was the man Obama sacked off. Goddamn. Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, I'm on TikTok. What do you want me to pull up, Keith, on TikTok? Obama about
Well,
the Obama.
say Donald Trump sucks Bill Clinton. All right.
Oh my god.
Let's see what pops up.
Am I the only one that's not surprised that Donald Trump sucked Bill Clinton's dick? Like, everything about Donald Trump is insecure. Like, I would not be surprised if he has a micro penis.
Shit.
But the funniest part about all of this is all of the fucking dumbass white Republicans. Like, oh, why are you mad that we have a gay president? Like, that's totally okay. That's totally okay if Trump likes to suck dick.
Uh-oh.
And he's a bottom. We have a bottom gay president. I bet it's so fucking hard being a Republican.
I can't imagine someone. I can't believe people talking this about Ruto. This would not be acceptable.
Exactly. You know this wouldn't be accepted now because no such thing as freedom of speech. Like Taz did, they kill you. Oh, you're locked up for life. No, you're supposed to talk. Or this is freedom of speech. How is it disrespectful? It wasn't disrespectful that you put the penis and balls in your own mouth, was it? How is it disrespectful to talk about it?
We don't allow homosexuality in Africa. No.
You know,
They're not gonna talk about this about a president. You're gonna disappear. That's what's gonna happen.
Well,
in Africa.
Ruto already had. You think he's a president? You think he's more as a president of Africa? They had some penis in a white man's penis in their mouth. Good luck with that.
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
Allegedly, we have heard of some few people in the political system, but we can't even talk about it because what? Your family, your grandchildren, your eggs, your ovaries will disappear. Okay, you're dead. You're gone. Forget about existing. Shit.
Well, we're talking about Trump and Clinton.
Wow. Yo.
He's always doing some fucking bullshit. And I mean, second thing is not bullshit, but being homophobic, even though you're literally gay. But you know what I was thinking? I was thinking of telling my dad the news that Donald Trump sucked Bill Clinton's dick.
Are you kidding me? I didn't just do that.
Anyways, here's the final
Bill Clinton said, oh, yeah!
Beautiful. I fucking ate.
Donald sucking Bubba's dick, slurping nut like his mother. Going on his Arkansas brother, playing that shit like a saxophone. Presidential topic while they all alone. Don't give a fuck about Hillary. Donald Trump blow it up like a War 3. Trump sucked Bill's dick, got his big old belly sick. From the come, pink ton.
Got his big old belly sick. Say again, Joey. Go back.
Donald sucking Bubba's dick, slurping nut like his mother. Going what? On his Arkansas brother, playing that shit like a saxophone. Presidential topic while they all alone. Don't give a fuck about Hillary. Donald Trump blow it up like a War 3. Trump sucked Bill's dick, got his big old belly sick. From the come, pink ton.
Of all the things we've discovered and experienced on this horrific timeline, Donald Trump
Why even guys make what the fuck is going on in America, man? Why are you making songs about this? What's fun about it?
Do it again, Joby. One more time.
No, what's really fun about this?
Joby, play it again.
I'm not gonna play it again. I'm gonna play it again.
Donald sucking Bubba's dick, slurping nut like his mother. On what? On his Arkansas brother, playing that shit like a saxophone. Presidential topic while they all alone. Don't give a fuck about Hillary. Donald Trump blow it up like a War 3. Trump sucked Bill's dick, got his big old belly sick.
Got his big old belly sick. Come. Got his big old belly sick. Joby got his big old belly sick. Joby, come. Joby's disturbed. Go ahead. Joby said, what's going on in America? They got big. They're getting big bellies with cum in them. That's what's going on. Go ahead. I haven't seen you disturbed in a long time, Joby.
I don't like being disturbed at all. Like, by the way, for real.
Trump giving the Gawk 3000 allegedly was not on my radar.
How you doing?
I know that all these emails have been released from the Jeffrey Epstein estate, which has revealed a lot of things. One email in particular said, ask him if Putin...
This like you saying Ruta and Uhuru did this. Like, do you know how this crazy sounds? Like,
has
are you kidding
photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Bubba referring to our former president, Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Well,
this was really fun.
Exactly. Can we leave the room?
I mean, to be fair, Donald Trump's favorite dance is jerking off ghosts in public and playing the YMCA, which is America's
What's a gay song? Exactly. What's a gay song? Everybody knows when that song came out. I was a kid. People didn't know what it meant. Everybody said, love to stay at the YMCA. That's where the homosexuals, met and raped each other at the YMCA. Joby's too young to know that. Joby's too young to know that discourse, what it really meant.
I am.
Their absolute dicks to each other in public can be tugging on each other's dicks in private.
That's right.
This just tells us America in this current timeline is the worst telenovela. It's not even a telenovela anymore. We've surpassed that. We are now in a Tubi film. What do you mean? What the fuck was going on at Jeffrey Epstein's house, Island Plain estate? What was going on? And honestly, I don't care who's in these files. Based on these tidbits and breadcrumbs we're getting from these emails, I would literally like all the files to release. I don't care if every Democrat's on it. I don't care if everyone I've ever looked up to is on it. I don't care if Obama's on it.
Right.
Release the Epstein files because we need to see what the fuck has been going on with these weirdos. You guys are public foes, but you're bro job bros. Peace out. Peace out, America. This is crazy.
That is the big question of the day. Did Donald Trump suck Bill Clinton's dick? Nobody knows.
Oh, how is this even a topic? How is this even a topic? This is crazy.
No, keep it going. Stop it. Yes, right.
Was the answer to that 100%. Now, in my opinion, I think that it would be the funniest outcome if it turns out that Donald Trump was actually in the Epstein files, but it wasn't for being a pedo, it was for sucking Bill Clinton's dick. If that turns out to be true, that would be absolute cinema. I'm sorry to say. Did Donald Trump suck Bill Clinton's? Nobody knows the answer to that 100%. I think that it would be the funniest outcome if it turns out that Donald Trump was actually in the Epstein files, but it wasn't for being a pedo, it's for sucking Bill Clinton's dick. That would be absolute fucking cinema, and that's why he doesn't want it to come out. Yeah, stop 9 wars and you suck one dick. You're not a peacemaker. You're a sucker. Somebody says apparently there are photos of Donald Trump blowing someone named Bubba. So this is a leaked email. What is your boy Donald? What's your boy Donald doing? How about that? This is how they talk, right? You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. Well, what do you mean by that? That's interesting. Somebody said, oh, you mean Donnie T. I'd rather be in Donnie D's shoes. See if I can find the rest of it. There we go. Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. So there we go, right? And so we could have a situation where there could be photographs of Donald Trump sucking Bill Clinton.
Well, an email was released, and Monica Lewinsky, you're off the fucking hook. Even though I think you should have been off the hook years ago because you were a young girl that was like coerced by a fucking man in power. It was fucking disgusting. But you know who was sucking Bill Clinton's dick? Trump. Yeah, in this email it said he was sucking Bubba. And they're calling Bill Clinton. Why are we calling Bill?
What's Baba?
That was Bill Clinton's nickname, Joby, because he's from Arkansas. So he was called a Bubba. So that's Bill Clinton's nickname. Everybody knows Bill Clinton. They called him Bubba because he was a country boy from Arkansas.
Okay, that's Raila here.
Clinton Bubba. Well, he does kind of look like a Bubba. But that's fucking disgusting, okay? Listen, Hillary, Bill cheated on you with Monica. I see it. Okay, she's fucking gorgeous. He cheated on you with Trump. What the fuck? Girl, let him go. I can't believe Bill Clinton's still alive. That man looks like... He looks older than my grandma, and my grandma's dead.
President Trump is threatening to sue the BBC for $5 billion for a documentary that edited out the part of his January 6th speech where he called for protesters to be peaceful. And to set the record straight, here is the full, unedited, completely accurate clip of what Trump said on that day.
Everybody knows I went down on Bill Clinton.
Uh-oh. That's AI, right? That's AI.
That's AI. I was saying that line. That was on a national TV show, Joe. That was Saturday Night Live that did that. That was one of our TV shows on TV.
What is going on between Trump and Bill Clinton, and why is it suddenly all over your feed? Let me attempt to explain because it is quite a doozy, and at the end I'll give you my take on what this really all means. It all stems from this email thread as part of the trove of new Epstein emails that were released recently. It's a conversation between Jeffrey Epstein and his brother, Mark Epstein. And it starts like this. Mark Epstein asks his brother, "How are you doing? What is your boy Donald up to now?" Referring to Donald Trump. Epstein replies, "All good. Bannon," referring to Steve Bannon, Trump's longtime advisor, "with me." And this is where things get bizarre. Mark asks his brother, ask him, Bannon, if Putin has any photos of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. Bubba was Bill Clinton's Secret Service name. Mark then said,
if Kenyans hear this, they're gonna get so mad at you guys. Baba.
Who said it? Who said Joby? What now? What?
Baba is Raila here in Kenya. Baba.
Wow.
Baba.
Well, they probably had him doing some sick shit too.
No, not like that. Baba, like father. Baba is father.
Well, yeah, hey, that Bubba was probably doing some sick shit I don't know about too.
Says you and your boy Donnie, again referring to Trump as your boy to Epstein, can make a remake of the movie Get Hard, which is a movie with Will Ferrell and Hart where they are in prison together. And Jeffrey Epstein responds to his brother by saying, "You mean Donnie T," which I guess was Jeffrey Epstein's nickname for Trump. And then, of course, to wrap it up, Mark Epstein says, "I'd rather be in Donnie D's shoes." To recap that email thread, Mark Epstein asks his brother how his boy, Donald Trump, is doing, and then asks if Putin has any photos of Donald Trump blowing Bill Clinton. Epstein responds with a nickname of Donald Trump, Donnie T, and they start making jokes about Jeffrey Epstein and Trump being in prison together. Look, the veracity of Mark Epstein's implication that Putin had, these images of Trump doing certain acts to Bill Clinton, I'm not so sure. But here is certainly what is more telling and more relevant. Donald Trump was referred to as Epstein's boy. He had a nickname for him. Donald Trump and Epstein had a very close relationship. And as if you recall and remember, Donald Trump for months and years has said he had no relationship with Epstein. He said he wasn't in the Epstein files. And here he is in these emails being referred to as Epstein's boy. Yeah, not good at all. In fact,
that
very
come in his gut and it's good, and his belly is sick. Got to come in his belly.
It's given. What's
given what?
What's Mama Dia production? Why is the name Mama Dia? What's Mama Dia's production? Why is the name?
So, Medea, you talking about Tyler Perry?
Yeah, he's giving Taylor Perry. He's giving Taylor Perry's production. You're my bitch. You're my bitch. You're my bitch. That type of thing.
That's right. That's right. As you suck my dick.
Donnie T doesn't have anything to hide. He should be in favor of releasing the Epstein files.
All of it,
not
exactly.
Taking
He's
Lauren
all in it.
Goldberg into the situation.
They're all in it. They're all in it. Because it's not the right left bullshit they tell you. The people that run the world get all of them, do all kind of freakiness. Everybody got motherfuckers. See, Joby been innocent. Joby said picture of Ruto with doodle in his mouth from some white man's butt, doodle rat in his fucking mouth. What? They can't see. African minds can't fathom this kind of wicked shit that actually goes on because they're actually like sheltered away from this stuff. That's what they say. What y'all doing, man? What? You imagine what they make these African morons do? Are you crazy? All kind of, they ain't got no power. Shit, they're doing all kind of wicked shit.
This is already disturbing to me. I can't imagine this is a topic I'm discussing. We're discussing about Donald Trump sucking dick. I thought it was just gonna be on a lighter note. This is crazy.
What's light about taking cock to the head, Joey? How's that a lighter note? Trump is now the cock goblin.
I think growing up in an African home, sexual education or sexual conversations is not something we have openly. So it's kind of
I know it's taboo. Sex is taboo in Africa. I know no one teaching that. They never teaching nothing. It's like, oh, bad. Ooh, don't say nothing. Yeah, but this is life. And they doing all kind of freaky shit. And they say, Bubba took his penis in his butt. Bubba took his penis in his butt, and his gut was fucked up. Yeah.
Let's correct it. It's life. Not sucking on another man's dick is life.
Going to try to convince you to not sign on to the petition. So look, those files, because of the work of Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna and House Democrats, will hopefully be released soon. And look, we'll just have to see if there's anything more about Trump and Bill Clinton. But look, no matter what, Epstein, Trump, intertwined, involved, very, very, very bad stuff.
This has been pissing me off for days. I wasn't going to talk about it, but it's just boiling inside of me. This is going to be an angry rant. So
I was supposed to do the show this weekend about this shit and kept Joby. I knew it was going to mess up Joby. That's why I supposed to did it this weekend. My sorry ass. Go ahead, Joby.
Evan Bubba Bill Clinton. Who hasn't? Who hasn't tasted Bill? Remember back in the day?
Wait. What did she say?
Bill, you said who hasn't? Who hasn't tasted Bill? Been sleeping around with everybody, Joby. Bill Clinton was a nefarious womanizer and sex. Everybody know exactly. We said who hasn't tasted Bill's penis?
Remember back in the day where presidents were impeached?
See, none of the presidents of America call His Excellency. Joby, we know none of these motherfuckers are excellent.
Because you know me with my little position here in Africa, nobody comes near me. Let me tell you, nobody comes near me, and I mean that. The respect I'm given with my little position here, it's crazy, and I love it. I love it and I respect it because it has also earned me my own self-respect despite my position. So who's not passed through? Who? That's a very bad question. Who's not passed through? What the hell is going on? You're a whole president. You're supposed to be people wanted you. You didn't want people. You're the one wanted people. Are you crazy? But anyway, good luck. Anyway, I'm happy.
Good luck. For cheating on their wives. Remember back in the day where presidents were impeached for having sex with somebody outside of their marriage. People say they're having a hard time believing it. Well, I don't. If you can find an actual child attractive, well, there's not you won't try. Plus, Trump got that turkey neck thing going on. He got that coochie neck. That's
You got the coochie neck.
God damn.
Turn down when you a freak. That's not what pissed me off though. This got me hot.
Years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years.
This type of rhetoric is what people use to normalize things, right? Well, the kids weren't 8. They were just 15.
Exactly.
When they were trafficked to an
And
island.
that's Megyn Kelly, wicked racist. Exactly. Wicked ass white Megyn Kelly, wicked white ass. They told her Jesus couldn't have been white. Well, Jesus is white. Don't make it do it. Jesus is white. See, we couldn't have been white if he existed, not in that area, not during that time. She been all crazy. He white with a white supremacist ass, trying to normalize pedophilia with a no good stinking ass. Go ahead, Joe.
We have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14.
Megyn Kelly is no different than Ghislaine. What we don't talk about is the women that are complicit in the abuse against children. It's the women that get kids real comfortable and relaxed right before they're hurt.
I think there is a difference. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Megyn Kelly says she didn't believe that Epstein was a pedophile because nobody came out and said that they were under the age of like 10 or 14. And there's a big difference between like a 5-year-old and a 15-year-old. And she's absolutely right. It's great.
Because they were sexualized. If I look at most of these videos shared even from the past, I think the woman whose video was trending on YouTube this year, we shared at the beginning of the year, who came and said how they were sexualized. You're dressed like an adult, they put makeup on you. No one can even identify you as, and that's just the truth, because makeup design just turns you into this mature kind of a person. Then there's the actual face of you as when you don't have makeup. So nah, this is crazy, man.
It's in school. They're all in school. They're school age children. There are grown women and men that don't know how to cope with being essayed. There are grown women and men that wouldn't know what to do or how to escape an island full of powerful people. Yet a 9th grader should know because, they're mature. Get the fuck out of here. Do you want to know why some adult men and women have a hard time finding relationships, picking the right partner? It's because even as children, they weren't protected. Even as children, they were never shown what healthy looks like, what normal looks like when it comes to intimacy and relationships. Have you ever tried to make a decision in survival mode? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the wrong decision. Megyn Kelly has 3 kids. You have predators and complicit women raising and creating more predators, and it'll never be safe over here. In fact, it's really unsafe over here. We're not going to create a safe community for you to discuss your disgusting desires. It's just not going to happen. And we're never going to stop talking about abuse. So many times when we hear sick ass stories, people say, well, where were the parents? Well, those are the parents. Megyn Kelly is a parent. Those are the parents. Protect and guard children. Megyn Kelly says that 15 is like the barely legal type, but 15 isn't legal at all. And I don't care if you call a 15-year-old boy or girl a young man or young woman. That doesn't negate the fact that they're literal kids. And if you're into the barely legal type, then you need to be barely alive, barely free, and barely breathing. Some parents don't play about our kids, so find something safe for you to do.
Did Donald Trump suck Bill Clinton's? I think that it would. Did Donald Trump suck?
Hold on a second. Trump did.
The way he's saying it, like it's Donald Trump suck. Like, are you kidding me? Why are you saying it?
What to Clinton? If you're not aware,
nah, don't even say it.
we have a massive Epstein files.
I was supposed to say it,
November
Joe.
12, 2025, House Oversight Committee dropped over 20,000 pages of Jeffrey Epstein's emails. And one from his brother Mark in 2018 has the internet buzzing. It mentions Trump, Clinton, and Putin in one of the weirdest ways that you could imagine. The email that I'm referring to, it was a message from Mark Epstein to Jeffrey Epstein. And here's the email verbatim. Mark to Jeffrey. How are you doing? A while back you mentioned you're pre-diabetic. Has anything changed with that? What is your boy?
What the hell?
Go ahead, Joby. Go ahead, Joby.
Hold on a second. Trump did what to Clinton?
You didn't turn it. Set him on his penis. That's right. And that's not AI right there. That's real. That's not AI. Sorry, Joe Beta.
Hey, okay.
He's fluffing. He's fluffing it up for him. You getting ready? I'm getting ready.
all I'm saying is I don't greet my friends like that.
I know.
I don't greet.
Who even does that? Like Kamle's trying to do some muchi here. I was like, what that is so gay. Like, why are you trying to do some? I know it was tongue removal. Why are you trying to remove your tongue out? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like, don't do that. Don't do that. Touching, what you touching? Even if I see even guys hugging, for me it's a problem. I'm sorry, like because men barely hug. Men barely hug. If I hear a man telling another man I love you, I mean there's brother code, but still, men barely tell each other even they love each other. What the?
All right. He getting ready. He said,
Can we get
he
back?
saying, Bill. He saying, Bill, I'm here. And he saying, Bill, I'm here. I'm the cock goblin. I'm the cock goblin, nigga. And I'm ready.
This is disturbing. Exactly. This is so disturbing.
This is a real photograph of Trump and Bill Clinton.
That
and
is
it
real.
kind of makes the recent Epstein email disclosures make a little more sense.
We have a Nigerian going crazy because of Trump. Come save our country. Come on.
So this is one of the emails
I
released by
gotta
the
do
House
some
Oversight
goblins.
Committee recently,
I see you have a video shared. Should I play that as well?
detailing an email chain between
Yep.
Jeffrey Epstein and his brother Mark. As you can see at the bottom, Mark and his brother Jeffrey are talking about Donald Trump at the beginning of this email chain. At one point, Epstein states that he's with Bannon. I'm assuming that's Steve Bannon. And then Mark Epstein, Jeffrey's brother, emails him and says, ask him if Putin still has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. If you don't know, Bubba is a very common nickname for former US President Bill Clinton, who Trump claims publicly that he hates, but who he has had a very close personal friendship with in the past. And I don't know about you, but I don't typically just grab my friends on the crotch. This is definitely a strange photo. If you even check out the top of that email chain, there's another weird message. And Mark
That one's
Epstein,
real.
Jeffrey's brother, emails him saying, you and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. Now, could this possibly be true? Could there potentially be photos of Donald Trump blowing Bubba, aka Bill Clinton? Obviously,
they
I do
exist.
not have the answers, but this is an official piece of information released by the US government, and this rabbit hole goes extremely deep. I talk about this stuff all the time on my channel, The Conspiracy Files, which you can listen to as a podcast. I've done hour-and-a-half-long deep dives on Trump and Epstein and Clinton and Epstein recently, so if you want to learn more about this deep, dark rabbit hole, please, I encourage you to go check those out.
Y'all said Trump was blowing who? Who? Bro, they're calling this nigga Dominic Lewinsky. This is crap.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me, quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it.
Swallow me, swallow me, swallow me.
Down on them, boy, I have an eye. Running me, talk your style, bite your lip.
What?
Hello and welcome into the stream for everyone joining us on YouTube. We're not even live on TikTok yet, but now we are. We have a very long day in front of us, folks. The festivities of the day are crazy. So, as you guys know, before we go over and hop into the debates, before we talk to the Trump supporters, we always like to discuss the breaking news. Today, the breaking news has blown me away. Okay, it also blew Bill Clinton away because the news of the day is that we got an email from Epstein's estate made public by a House subcommittee where Epstein was talking to Larry Summers, Bill Clinton's Secretary of the Treasury, and Epstein said to Larry Summers, did you know or have you seen Putin's video of Trump blowing Bubba? Now, if you didn't know, Bubba is one of Bill Clinton's nicknames. And remember, he sent this email to Larry Summers, who was Bill Clinton's Secretary of the Treasury. So in other words, it's quite possible that Donald Trump blew Bill Clinton. It's quite possible that Donald Trump blew
Bill.
We know he did it, allegedly.
Now, everybody in my TikTok chat is spamming camera angle, camera angle, camera angle. I'm not seeing the issue with the camera whatsoever. Can you guys be more specific about what the issue is? Because I'm not seeing the issue. Now, just, once again, on topic with this conversation that we're having about Bill Clinton and Mr. Trump, I've prepared a list of one-liners. Now, keep in mind, I not all these are mine, but we have a couple one-liners here that I want to be able to share with you guys. Okay, let me go and pull them up here. Just give me a moment while I'm scrolling through my notes. All right, here we go. Okay. Donald Trump? No. Donica Lewinsky.
Hold on. I'm seeing a comment. Big Cheese says, them. I don't even. No, Samuel. That's Samuel. Sorry. Samuel says, I don't even tell my dad I love him. You see? Men barely say that shit. Like, that's just the truth.
Damn, you don't tell your dad that? All my sons tell me they love me. God, that kind of shit is that?
Lucky you. I've never had my dad telling me he loves me. Never, ever in my life. Ever.
All
My
right.
dad has never hugged me. I don't even know what a hug feels from him. Like,
He's fucked up. Yeah. I ain't gotta tell your daughter you love him. I ain't gonna tell your daughter or your sons you love him. God, craziness is this?
that's from majority of people too. It's rare. I don't know. I'd say from most of the African people, like it's rare for folks to tell each other they care about each other, they love each other
Crazy.
until death. I know it's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. You said, yeah, that's crazy.
That one's good. That one's good. Do you remember how much Trump hated Hillary? It's because he was the other woman.
Oh.
That one's also good. That one's good.
So he was jealous?
That one's good. Trump's first taste of the presidency wasn't
This is crazy.
on January 21st, 2017. Because it was with Bill Clinton 20 years before. Okay. All right. The big beautiful bill makes so much sense.
African Joe and them not used to putting leaders down and talk to them like act like a human being because they're supposed to work for you. They used to always just excellencies, all this fake reverence. They gotta get these morons, and the African leaders are the most moronic motherfuckers on the planet. But they gotta give them all this kind of respect and dignity when they're all fucking retarded and fucked up. Us talking to Trump and Clinton like this, like, oh my God, whoa, how's this allowed? You just showed something they showed on the TV.
Someone was telling me during this weekend, most of the times, even when it comes to like when we're talking about on Thursday about on Wednesday about the pathetic rap industry that we have right now, right? As someone was telling me, do you think artists actually are hitting or popping now in Africa or globally? They'd already hit like in America 5 years ago. Like they're already known in America or in other European countries, but not in Africa. So by the time they get into Africa, we think they're new, but they're already known and recognized by their original people. And that's the same when it comes to even the tech industry. That's why you keep on talking about how Africa we're so behind, which actually made me understand why you keep on saying Africa we're so behind, because information when it comes to us, it's like after a few years later,
It's late. It's like even Troy said, you're 100 years behind.
We think we're celebrating with the rest of the world, but actually we're so late with this information. So this is when we're talking about this. That's what I'm saying. This is shocking me at the same time. I
know that's why I'm loving it.
This is not a conversation even right now with still being in an open platform that I can talk my truth. I can talk about this. I can't. This is gonna get me in trouble for real. I can talk about things that I have facts on, but I can't come, whether allegedly, whether factual, I can't come say, oh, you know, Ruto and Huru are what? Excuse me. Where did you get? There's not even time for where did I get the information? I don't even have time for TikTok and that bullshit.
And sucking that nut in the gut.
I'm disappearing. I'm disappearing, and bet my family, the rest of the people I care about the most are also gonna disappear. That's just the truth. You know? Like
No,
we don't talk about this. This is the
I
most
know.
important thing to talk about actually in Africa. Criticize politics, but don't criticize their excellency in this. This is bad. This is so wrong. Okay? Hey. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to y'all. Shit.
Okay. All right. Trump really never could keep Clinton out of his mouth.
Oh no.
Okay, all right. We're done with the one-liners.
Oh, no. Clinton, Trump never could keep Clinton out of his mouth. That's right.
Okay, we're done with the
I'm gonna move on. I don't
one-liners. We just prepared a couple. We just prepared a couple, and now we are done with them. In other news, and significantly more serious,
Go pass another one. He's
Donald
done. Go to
Trump
another.
this morning.
People are always talking, but what happens when the talk isn't cheap?
Tokyo Tony. No, not Tokyo Tony. Kitty, not Tokyo Tony.
Who's that?
Okay, we move on.
This is lady. I don't know this lady Tokyo Tony.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know her, Joey. Sorry.
Hillary Clinton. Man.
You know Black China?
Yeah, the one who used to be one of the Kardashians' brothers' wife or some shit.
Yeah, this is the mother, Tokyo Tony.
Oh, Tokyo. You mean Tokyo? Yeah, it's Tokyo Tony. this moron here. Yeah, no, yeah, this moron. Well, how'd you say it, Joey? Tokyo. It's Tokyo.
What is he saying? Tokyo Tony. Tokyo Tony.
Okay, yeah. I heard this moron. I don't pay attention to. Yeah, I heard this moron. Go ahead.
I wouldn't want to be in her shoes after this.
They're like Hillary didn't know. Hillary sleeping with other women. She's so fake. I wouldn't want to know. Hillary already been know about this shit. You think she didn't know that Trump was sucking her husband off? She knows, moron. Been known. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The Epstein emails that were released is fucking scalding because it's all over the internet right now that Donald Trump gave Bill Clinton fellatio, and apparently there's pictures. So you mean to tell me Donald Trump?
Yeah, you don't have the audacity of saying fellatio. You're not even trying to even discreet this, like in any sort of way, fellatio.
Well, that's being she being discreet. She being tactful. She'll be fellatio. Just saying sucking dick. She said fellatio. Sounds better. It's more. He gave fellatio.
No.
Trump was blowing Bill Clinton, and somebody was in the room taking pictures. Here is a copy of the email. It says, "I'd rather be in Donnie D's shoes." And then someone replies and says, "You mean Donnie T?" Then someone said, "You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of that movie Get Hard." Then someone said, "Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba." And it's being alleged that Bubba is Bill Clinton's nickname. So you mean to tell me Donald Trump is a PDF file and he's also down low? This definitely wasn't on nobody's bingo card for 2025, okay?
This is so crazy. So I'm going to go through the comments and then...
Keep it on the down low. Nobody has to know.
I'm going to play the video you shared, and then after that, I share the last conversation of a video that has also been trending during this weekend of literally the black, how black women literally undergo so much pain during their maternity or delivery, during their delivery time. I don't know how many of you have seen the video, but how...
Oh, it's about the one? It's about the white woman was at the desk and the lady was about to give birth. She's like, whatever. He said, and I think her mother was with her. This is how you treat all your black clients? Yeah.
So I see we have, let me go all the way. Shout out to Robin S in the building, John Mosquito who just joined a few minutes earlier. I see. I see someone says you guys remember. I think I read that. Jiba Jaba says Bill told Donnie I can get the it's off your back. I can get it's off your back. And I see someone says so y'all think Booba was a horse or Bill? That's Bill, like they said. And I also see Jiba Jaba says Joppy Bill Clinton has a half black son. He looks just like him. Damn.
Yep. Sure does. I forgot about his half black son. Remember, he has never. Did he finally claim him? Sounds like looks just like his ass. I don't know. Did he? Remember, he wouldn't claim him. I think he finally claimed. I'm not sure. I had Joby look that up before she go to the other thing. Have Joby look up Bill Clinton's half black son on TikTok.
Mhm. I see Big Chi says Megan Kelly is why I tell African women stop defending your men when they are in the wrong. African women have this habit of defending African men in the wrong, just like the white women always do for white men. Apparently, we were discussing that earlier today on the Africa to no, I mean on the Africa Tradition on the Rhythm Scoop show, where there's this lady who's going viral. Her dad is the previous manager of Nairobi County, and she's married to this this guy who's not doing nothing for her life, like nothing completely. The father fuels the car, he pays the bills, he buys the shopping, everything, and then the guy has the audacity of beating the child, like the woman. So he popped out with the
Wow.
body. Yeah, he popped out with the bodyguards because this is someone who's actually very much respected, a governor who's actually, I'd say, a little bit transformed the lives of so many youths in Kenya and still does. During this particular month, at the beginning of this month, he released 100 women who are detained in the hospital. So he's someone who has been actually helping the community in different ways, and even when he was a governor, not just right now. So it's crazy. You have someone who's doing so much for you as a son-in-law, and then you're gonna you're gonna beat the daughter. Like, are you crazy? So people have been talking about that, like, and
What
then
was he did?
the lady had the audacity to go
You
ahead
beat
and
my daughter, I'ma kill you.
yeah, so the bodyguard beat one of the bodyguards was with the dad when he went and confronted the man, beat up the man, and then the guy was like, the dad was defensive. Then the daughter also
Look at
went
it.
ahead and said, "Don't beat my husband! Stop beating my husband!" Then people even got more mad, like in the comment section talking about it. They're like, "Are you crazy? This man has been abusing you. You just asked for breakfast and he's beating you because of you asking for breakfast, and you gotta say don't
Crazy.
beat my husband? Like, are you crazy?" So yeah, personally I say, like, sometimes you have to look as a woman, you have to look at the situation. You grow up from such a background for you to entertain such a man. It's crazy. It depends where you come up from, and also the critical thinking. Personally, I'm even on critical thinking. Use your mind. Don't be blind. Don't do that. Don't do some things because of love. Do things knowing what you're doing. And I see Samuel also says, "Damn, I don't even tell my daddy I love him." That's what he said earlier. Big Chi says this is why white men will never change, because all throughout history, white women have defended white men degeneracy. It makes them worse.
Yep.
So says I grew up the same way. We never hardly ever told each other that we loved each other, even though we knew it. Well, there's a difference about I don't know that. I don't like assuming things. Okay, I like affirmation.
Like
That's
a
just
stupid.
I don't like assuming things. I like affirmations. You tell me. For women, I believe for women, what we should live for is word of affirmation is very good. I like being affirmed to. You need to remind me you love me. You care for me. You need to show me. You need to constantly be present about that. But just do it one time after 6 months. I'm like, nah, I'm not your priority. Nah. I'm not your priority, and it shows too. You'll know it. But and also for relatives, it applies because for me, I was never loved at my
Good.
father's house. It hit me. It actually hit me. I remember the time it hit me, and I was like, God damn, I'm just an intruder of this home. it hit me. I can't remember what really happened, but I remember there's a time it hit me, and I knew I'm completely just an intruder, and I'm not really loved, and my dad didn't care about me, and yeah, and I accepted that, literally accepted that, and I grew with it. Apart from trying to force it to work, constantly trying to prove myself, trying to prove my grades. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Okay. And I also see Jiba Jaba says, my mom said I don't need to say I love you because you have to.
You have to do what? What? What is that?
Yeah, my mom said I didn't need to say I love you because you have food every day and have a bed to sleep in it. I'm sorry, that's wrong. For me, that's wrong because that's that's your job as a parent for you to do that. I don't think anyone has to come to you every day to tell you need to provide beddings, food for your children. That is
I don't know. I don't know. I like telling my children I love them. Shit. I don't know. I don't know. I like that shit. I don't know what y'all talking. I like hugging my children and telling them I love them. I'm. That's the only thing I miss. Now they're grown and gone. I used to love that. Hugging my kids and telling them I love you. I said, I love you, right? Your sorry ass. Get on out of here. So, I like saying that.
There's that, but Jabba is saying my mom said I don't need to say
I
I
get it.
love you because you
Because
have
she
food
because she
every
pro- because she
day.
provided. I get it. I get it. Some people like that, but I like to. I enjoy hugging my children and tell them I love them. I liked it. So, but it wasn't a chore for me. Go ahead. I guess I'm
Well,
weird like that.
no, I don't think that's weird, but at the same time, that's not weird of what you're talking about. But at the same time, I feel like Jibba Jabba in this personally for me and my understanding right now, if I want to be a parent and trying to do different from my parents, I don't want to tell my kids that because wanting to have a kid, I should have the ability to provide all that without even pointing fingers at them or making them feel guilty for coming to this world. Nobody knocked the door, okay? Nobody knocked the door. Hey, I want you to nut and I want to be brought in this world. Excuse me. You should have done something about that. That's just factual. We need to stop acting
Well,
like sex is a mistake. Sex is not a
Bill,
mistake.
Bill Clinton asked Trump, could he nut?
It's up moments, especially for women, especially let's say you're relying on the Plan B pills, where they sometimes fail you, or this what they call the family planning methods, which sometimes they fail you. You think you're safe, but you're not. There's the oops moment. I'm not gonna say there's no oops moment, but you're not gonna have sex enjoyingly. You let a man nut inside you. You nutting on a woman. You don't have a backup plan of how you're
You
gonna
better
protect the
you better
children.
watch out, women. You already know. Because I've been
And
told of you,
then
women don't run around with a high body count. And I told you years ago, every man you sleep with leaves his DNA in you. Goes straight to your brain. So every man nutting in you, allow nothing in you, that nut is going to your brain. That's why if you have a baby, it might not look like your husband or the one you're with, might like your boyfriend, 3 boyfriends back. This motherfucker don't like me, because that's the nut that's up in you that got that baby.
Samuel says, plus my daddy probably called me a batty boy if I did. Man dark like midnight,
So,
but in all seriousness,
he called you gay, a baddie boy if you tell him you love him.
I always wonder what's a batty boy. What's a batty boy,
Uh,
Sam?
that's a homosexual. Why you don't know all the? How do I know this? And you usually know all the damn Jamaican term. Batty boy is a homosexual joke.
That's a
A
batty boy?
batty.
Let's hear it.
Yes, batty boy. It's a homosexual.
Kit, are you Jamaican? I don't think you understood Jamaican the last time I checked, Kit.
Okay. Tell her what it means, Sam. Since I'm wrong. All right, go ahead.
What's a batty boy? I always wondered what's a batty boy. I can never understand a batty boy. Yeah, with a side eye. Why, what's that? You a batty boy? A gay? What it is?
You didn't know what it was. So how you gonna side eye somebody?
Almost. I didn't
Why,
know. That's something I
why,
wondered. What's a batty?
why don't you Google it? Let's say Jamaican slang. What does batty boy mean? Google that. You're always
I don't,
Googling shit. Google
I don't
that.
think I don't think I like googling Jamaican slangs at all. But Samuel says, I have to understand still he has it hard growing up. He had to run from at 14 because his daddy will beat his ass for little or nothing. And also
Wow.
see John Mosquito
That mean
says
had a mean dad.
John Mosquito says, is it true that they found a pyramid in Jamaica? You can confirm. I'm not sure about that. Shout out to Robin S again.
I don't know.
She says Hillary probably the one who took the photos of Trump and her husband,
Exactly.
while
Exactly.
her and Michael Obama were getting it. And I also see John Mosquito says the sun looks like Clinton. And John Mosquito says, Joby, you are a Joby, you man, huh? Human basher, what's that? And also CBT says,
A man basher.
I guess so listen, okay, our slangs and you guys slangs are so different. So sometimes when you see me not understanding some things, I don't know what human basher means. Like we call it a banter. Yeah, we call it you're a banter. I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Banter, you like throwing shade, but in a cool way. I don't know if it makes sense. But Bichi says, I guess I'm so used to Black American women never defending us, but throwing us under the bus for anything. And John Mosquito says that's why they moved out Brother Kid too much of the hugging and I love you.
How about they moved out because they were grown ass men and women and trying to get the hell on? How about that? I think I was on a call with you. I remember my second son was there. I told him I loved him in front of Joby. He said, "Yeah, I love you too, Dad." What are you talking about? Too much. How can you tell your kids too much that you love them? You guys are messed up in the head. you guys are effed up in the head. You're not gonna tell your own children that you love them? I love that shit. I love hugging my children, telling them I love them. They were my kids. Shit.
Oh, you're a good dad. I'll give you that. You are a good father. You are a good husband. You know, you did your best.
I can't say I was a good husband because somebody wouldn't agree. Do I agree I was a good husband? I do. But the other person wouldn't agree I was a good husband. I'd probably still be married. So they didn't agree I was a good husband. I was a good husband for them.
If I look at I always laugh sometimes. I think I talk about your story sometimes off air with some friends, like trying to make them understand men can be good and let always lying, but you didn't cheat in your relationship. You didn't cheat on your marriage. You didn't have to
because I didn't cheat didn't mean I was good. I just didn't cheat. Does that make you good because you don't cheat?
Number one, yes. Number one, loyalty is everything. That's just number one. Because in most of the relationships, not so many people can keep loyalty. And when I speak relationships, is friendship, in everything. Loyalty is everything. Like I don't have to jump from you to another person. That's just very respectful. Then secondly is your ability of tolerance. Like how long you can tolerate my behavior, how long I can tolerate your behavior. Because if I look at you've spoken about how you are tolerant on the other partners.
Well, I did. That's tolerant, but that was see that's not. I'm not really being a good husband. I did that for the sake of the children. So
exactly, but you are tolerant. That's why you are tolerant, because you are a husband and you are a father, and you took that as a responsibility and a priority of also showing respect of you being tolerant. But again, if I look at the other end, if I get the story correct, the tolerance became very low, where the other person wanted to experience other things.
The disrespect became crazy. Yeah, that was the best thing I could ever had. I'm glad they did that. They wanted to experience it. That like hell yeah.
You're becoming fat in this house, you're becoming very fat.
That's different. That was her tolerating me, ain't it? I'm the one became fat, not her. That's her tolerating me, ain't it?
That's something, that's the lack of tolerance, because as growth comes, people change their metabolism, mentality.
People change, but still, are you supposed to let yourself get out of shape? That's not the person she married. She didn't marry me fat, so it's gonna be a problem.
Nah, hey, accept me as I am. That's the problem. We've talked about that.
Gonna be a problem. Be a
Someone,
problem.
someone can accept you as you are and how you age because not
And
all
at
of
that
us.
time, I didn't think I didn't think I was fat. People didn't care. I'm bigger now. People think, but I wasn't. No, I wasn't like Marine Corps chiseled no more. All chiseled up. No,
Yeah,
life and kids are taking over. Shit.
yeah, people change and people are not the same. Just because you're seeing my neighbor working out and their wife doesn't mean that is us. That's just the difference, you know. And that's the truth and the reality of life. Just because your sister and brother can keep up with fit and gym, that's not me. Just because I can keep up with the gym, that's not you. There's a difference. And hey, respect people's growth. That's just what like I've seen and understood in life. Like just
All
respect.
right, Joe. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go to my video. And let's go to my video on TikTok. Yeah, before and then let's go to then I just say on TikTok. Let's say Bill Clinton's black son. Then we go to your the stuff with your stuff you want to talk about. So somebody made a McDonald's commercial of of Bill Clinton nutting all on Trump. It's called the new Mr. Trump, and it's full of nut. It's a burger with full of nut on it. It's called the Mr. Trump burger. It's crazy. Joey said in Africa you'd be disappeared for this kind of shit. They disappear your ass. It's the new McDonald's Mr. Trump burger in honor of Trump and Bubba.
Sent it to the wrong person. Hold on.
Uh,
Shit. God damn. No, not you. Black with fire. Okay, there. I have so many DMs. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Because you'll never look at your damn TikTok. That's why.
No, I'm saying about my Instagrams. Like I have so many
Oh,
DMs. I'm confused about who I'm sending the messages to.
okay. I see you played I see you played your Instagram live, didn't you, on your show?
Yeah, I was on Instagram live. Some people engaged out to Mark and friends and other people.
There you go. That's called the new Mr. Trump with nut.
Introducing the new McTrump.
McTrump. Nut.
Introducing the new McTrump, a bold burger on a blazing orange bun drenched in our.
What the hell, man? What the hell?
Dressed in nut.
Man, kid, what the hell, man? What the hell are you sharing? What the hell is this?
That's called the the McTrump, Joby. It's a new hamburger drenched in nut and Bill Clinton's nut sauce. Go ahead.
All new Clinton special, creamy, salty, and gloriously
creamy
messy.
and salty.
It's built to drip, made to wow, and guaranteed to leave. Donald sucking Introducing the new
one more time.
bold
They're gonna
burger on a
jam.
blazing orange bun drenched in our all-new Clinton special, creamy, salty, and gloriously messy. It's built to drip, made to wow, and guaranteed to leave. Donald sucking Bubba's dick, slurping nut like his mother, going guap, guap, guap. On Arkansas, brother, playing that shit like a saxophone.
Like sugar on my tongue, tongue, tongue. Your body so sweet, sweet, sweet. Come, come, come.
If you ever feel bad for being mean, I want you to remember.
Oh my god. Okay, enough trauma for the day. Literally.
Type in. That's enough. I understand. Joey, type in Bill Clinton's black son.
Can you do that after the end? That's disgusting. Like,
All right. But that ain't got to do. The son's not disgusting. It's a black guy. That's it. That's enough, Joey. There you go. It's the new McTrump, Joey, at McDonald's.
you're really gonna make me hate burgers. Like, for real, for real. That's so disgusting. Ew.
Say Bill Clinton's black son. That's all. You gotta be disgusted by that. This is a black guy that looks like Bill Clinton. Mama said. That's his son. He's not claiming.
I have no doubt that I am Bill Clinton's son.
30-year-old Danny Williams claims he's the biological son of Bill Clinton.
It was common knowledge. Everyone in Arkansas knew. Everywhere I went, they pointed, that's Bill Clinton's son right there. He looked like him, don't he? The ears, the mouth, the chin, the teeth, the eyes, the nose. I see him in me. You can see a black Bill Clinton. When I brush my hair, I can see Bill Clinton with waves in his head. I always felt bad. Was it because I was black? Was it something wrong with me? Why he don't want to be a part of me?
Because you're black, moron. Like he speak with a black woman.
Refused to
acknowledge me. And he's the president of the United States. Yeah, he's not going to acknowledge you.
Hard. And my mom was a working girl on the streets. She was heavy on drugs.
My name is Lucy Bolton. My sister's
I slept with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton came by. Donald Trump wasn't the only one that had some of Bill Clinton penis in his mouth. Me too. He wasn't the only one. Donald Trump was the only one. I had some of Bill Clinton's dick in the mouth. So hey, we got something in common. We both tasted the president.
On the streets on 17th and 9th. She met him on the streets.
I was told that she was with him on 13 occasions.
That's when he was governor of Arkansas. He was the governor back then, but became president. He was the governor of Arkansas. My mom went to prison.
Lost custody of us. My Aunt Lucille stepped up and gained guardianship of us. As a small child, she took me to the governor mansion.
There was a car coming at the front gate, right? And the gate swings open.
He's the governor then.
And ran behind the gate. Okay? When I got to the door,
I said, Bill, I got your baby. You better get that nigga baby out of here. I'm the governor of Arkansas.
Slammed the door in her face.
That's right.
This is Bill's son. He had the black son out here. Hillary,
you
she
get
had
that?
guys chase him off the property.
Right, get that nigga off of here.
I read history. Basically goes back to slave owners. When they have a child with one of their slaves and the wives try to have them banished off the plantation. What century is this? It just wasn't right.
So in the beginning, you talk about Bill Clinton.
Yes.
And his illegitimate son,
yes.
Danny.
Yes, who I know very well.
And I looked it up. Snopes says it's
Snopes is wrong.
Okay. Snopes says it's inconclusive. They're not sure whether it's right. It's unproven.
I can explain this to you if you'd like.
Oh,
it's fair. Just
okay,
let me give me.
Okay, go ahead, Rod.
No, Bill Clinton has never given a complete blood or DNA sample to
exactly.
make a determination. I introduced him.
He knows that's his kid.
His mother. I interviewed his aunt. I interviewed his sister. I noted his likeness. I had 2 state troopers talk to me about bringing presents and cash to the house. Now retired.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm convinced he is exactly who he says he is.
And my question to you is, why does it matter at this point?
Why does it matter?
So Bill was at least taking care of his baby. He had the state troopers, the police, coming to the house and getting his black son presents and food. Here you go, nigga. But don't you ever say you my damn son, or I'm gonna feed your nigga ass. All right. I didn't pop my penis in your mama's coochie, but don't you mention my damn name, boy.
This is your book.
Because it was a very significant factor in the most recent election. During the time that Bill Clinton was governor, during the time that up to the time he ran for president, he provided for his son every month in cash.
He provided for him.
When he ran for president, Hillary cut that off. Hillary banished Bill's son. Bill didn't banish Bill's son. Bill's son wants to know his father. Is that unreasonable?
Was well targeted to black people to make us feel
to make them know the
something
truth
about Hillary Clinton.
To make them know the truth about Hillary Clinton.
Right.
To know the truth about her.
Of information. Okay.
To know the truth about her.
I'm coming back to this black thing because we got to go to a break in a second.
Danny Williams. As you can see, I'm the black son of former President Bill Clinton.
Well, you know it's him, because why would he be taking care of his ass? Why was he taking care of this black kid? Huh? Because he knows his baby. You know he put his penis, his white dick in that lady? Got that baby? And look just like his ass. All you gotta do is take a DNA under proof. Everybody's coming to me and say, this your baby. I said, okay, prove it. Let's go get a DNA test. Okay? Let's prove it. That's how I found out I did have a daughter I didn't know nothing about. But you gotta, if I'm gonna prove it, yeah. But I won't take it. Because he's always taking care of this kid. So he knows the kid is his. But as a grown man, he's like 40 something now, he knows this 40-year-old man is his. Shit. So I'm saying, and why would you care now? You about 40-something years old. Move on. Who cares? Your daddy don't accept you. Paid. He's white in the white world. Your mom was out there, sucking all kind of strangers' dick and balls. Get over it. Live your life. You ain't no little kid no more looking for your daddy. You're fucking, you're in your 40s now. So shit. Yeah, near 50 probably now. Shit. Who cares? He's not gonna acknowledge your ass. What you say, Joby?
Inheritance, nigga. Inheritance.
Oh, okay. I get the money. Then I'm not giving you shit because you can't prove it, and I'm not taking no DNA test. There you go. His dad. Remember the Bill Clinton. Their daughter's a multi-millionaire now. Their daughter's part of all these NGOs and is a multi-millionaire. This Negro's probably poor, living in a trailer house in Arkansas, some damn where.
She and you're a son of a president. She.
I have struggled all my life.
But I'm black. Never forgot the comment. I'm a black, illegitimate son of a president. You forgot that. Put it in perspective. I'm the black, illegitimate son. I'm the bastard son of the president.
You are a daddy ass nigga. That's what you are. That's what they call that. Is it the daddy ass nigga? The daddy.
I want to know
daddy.
My daddy. I want him to know me.
All right, Joe, you ain't gotta go to you can go to your stuff before you run out of time. That's good enough for that.
What about you? But anyway, as we wind up, literally, the last video of the day, this video has been going viral of how the white nurses is not the first conversation we've had actually, but I've not personally seen much more of the evidence of this on this level. But this video has been going viral of how nearly this woman, literally, she was in labor and the white nurse was not to her. She's in so much pain. The nurse was just so calm, not even doing anything for her. But literally, this has made so many, not just the video itself, but many black women, specifically the black American women, to come and explain and expose how the black maternity or the maternity,
how to treat it.
The treatment, how it's literally conducted when it comes to black women.
Evil.
What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. Yes! You have 2 babies it's in my ass! You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
Yes, that most white women get these damn positions so they can hurt people.
It's just the black ones.
Yes, just the black ones. And damn you nigga bitch, for even asking me. Damn you nigga bitch, for even asking me. It's gonna get even worse now. You shut your nigga mouth.
Her due date is the 10th.
It was the 10th.
She had 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
Of course it's cruel, mosquito. That's who they are.
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors. Everybody say how they treat people here.
Right now.
I want my baby.
Okay.
I will
Yes.
press charges
Who-
because
who-
you cannot record us. We have to give consent. It is.
But I
all of
asked
the-
you to give me
and
my
I said
baby,
right
and I'm
now-
being nice, and you're not
right
letting me be
now,
nice.
for the safety of your baby, because you are very hype.
I
The
have not.
police are coming.
I
want
hold
the
on a
baby in the
minute. I'm not
nursery.
hype, and I'm not recording. I'm not hype. I said I want you to take your hands off so I can. I call the police, and I just want to leave. That's all I'm saying.
But
you
can leave. Baby will have to stay here.
No, the
Baby
baby
stays
cannot
for 24 hours.
1 second. I just had a nurse say that I pushed her, and I didn't push her. I didn't do anything, and I'm asking to leave because I don't feel safe here.
And
I'm saying that I want you to just take your hands off my baby and just let me.
No, we gotta pound the baby in the head and break some bones first.
Everybody wouldn't be able to go home with their baby. Not till 24 hours because there has to be
But the
testing
lady,
and all that
the
stuff.
nurse,
I know.
just said that I hit her.
That's
First,
why we're trying to resolve that
I
issue.
did not hit anyone. I'm not a violent person, and I just want to go home with my baby.
The
I
baby
don't feel
has to be
safe.
here for 24 hours.
I understand that, but due to the allegation, I don't.
What exactly did you catch when you were watching that viral video of a woman 12 minutes out from giving birth dealing with this redheaded nurse? Did it remind you of your mother-in-law? Did it remind you about being a fancy Black person, maybe shopping for something, having an accent in the wrong place? Do you think you can spot when someone checks their social status against yours? Let's process it and the feeling of powerlessness and anger that you had watching that video together. So at the now infamous Dallas Regional Medical Center, a young Black woman has come in because she is about to give birth. She's actively in labor. The nurse knows this. The universal medical standard of care is that this woman would have been rushed to labor and delivery where she could be monitored. Whatever extra details that they needed to get could have been taken from the
Then
person
later.
who was accompanying her along the
Exactly.
way. This mother in particular had apparently already sent her information ahead. She had established care at this hospital.
Wow.
Here she is, wailing in pain, going nowhere as the nurse stalls. For zero sense of urgency, and there was absolutely no patient assurance. The nurse keeps mother and baby in the
No
intake room.
humanity.
Now, we could say nurses are used to pain. They've seen hundreds of births. They're not going to freak out, as one might say. But we're not talking about freaking out here. We're talking about someone who knows that the person in front of them has not lived through hundreds of births and who is in pain and in need of medical attention. The nurse is very aware that this woman is frightened and in pain and is about to do one of the hardest things any human being can ever do. And she shows, literally no exaggeration, you could go watch the video, zero empathy or concern or any reaction to the Black lady's pain. And what this medical professional is aware of with every minute that she waits is that she's putting the mother and baby at risk of something being missed. She's keeping this woman from the chance to be monitored. She is slowing down and preventing the process for any pain relief or oversight to get in place. If there's an emergency happening, which she can't know in the intake room because, again, no one is monitoring her, these couple of seconds or minutes can be the difference between life or death for the mother and child. Top of the unnecessary delay, the lack of connection and concern being shown here is absolutely adding to the patient's stress, which is also stressing the baby that's about to be born. That stress on a person's nervous system has a weathering effect that can make them more likely to die. The family has reported back that the baby did have complications during and after the birth. The nurse failed to do her job, and she did it in the grand tradition of nurses using their position of power to status check people. This is one more link in the long chain of maternal health crises for Black and Indigenous women in America, not because of their class, not because of other comorbidities, not because of issues they've had with childbirth before, but because of medical negligence and racism. Lack of response is a form of weaponized negligence that looks at a Black woman and goes, she can take it, she's tough. You could also say we saw
the same thing they used when they were when we go back to history, they were what was it? Forcing women into pain, saying that Black people don't feel pain or Black men don't feel pain. The same bullshit which is trying to actually explain their situation or negligence when it comes to Black people.
Here, malicious compliance, where somebody uses the cover of the process to delay having to service or care for you. They're policing you,
Be
or punishing
malicious.
you for daring to even come here and ask
evil.
for services and resources in the first place.
Exactly.
People walk around with this idea of who they are and what their space looks like. And when you come into their space as a Black person or a fancy Black person or somebody who needs them to take care of them, there's a level of thinking that I'm too good to be taking care of this person. I am too good in this situation, this store, this shoe, this bag, whatever it is, it's too good for the people who are asking for these services. So I'm going to make it expensive for them to be here. So they use their jobs to covertly assert dominance. They argue, you can't buy this item at the listed price. You must be wrong. They move slowly and they intentionally do not give you the same customer service that they would give everybody else. Or in this case, bedside manner. Well, maybe people are having a bad day or they're bad at their job. Here's how most people operate in a society. They are walking around with an internal story of who they are and who other people are. They also have a social hierarchy in their mind. We humans rely on a lot of visual shorthand to fill in ideas about what we're seeing in front of us or who we're seeing in front of us. Our internal hierarchy, that is developed over time by our culture, the people who raised us, the social circles we're in.
Right, white on top and black on the bottom.
Just about events that took place, but the cultural memory that developed around them, the meaning and significance we have given to the things that have happened and the norms we have normalized. You can thank Harriet Washington and her brilliant team for coming up with a comprehensive medical history of America. It's called Medical Apartheid. It explains how a place like the Dallas Regional Medical Center can hire someone like that and think that they don't have a problem. What we learned is that the entire birth and foundation for medical gynecology in America is through and because of enslaved Black female bodies. So many of the quick advancements in gynecology happened because you didn't need to ask for consent on women that you purchased and enslaved. You don't have to waste money on anesthesia or finding new people to keep testing this on because you can just keep testing on the same people you own. It wasn't just Black women. It was a way to continue to make money off of enslaved people who could no longer be squeezed for profit. So if you had someone who'd been injured because of your abusive work tactics, you could sell them for experimentation. This was normal. This is just like a really cruel, bad chapter in a tiny section of American medical history. No, it was its foundation. And it wasn't 4 years before the Civil War and just a couple years after. It was multiple generations. To this day, there are people and families that are bearing the scars of recent decades of medical experimentation and unethical access to Black bodies, people that were tricked. White bodies and white mothers were considered and classed as people who felt more pain and were much more delicate. To this day, there are young medical students right now running around with myths and assumptions and biases about Black skin thickness and pain reception. There are a lot of assumptions about what makes a Black person sick. And then we're also dealing with a situation where it's considered bad or woke to look at the interlocking factors that could affect why someone is in the situation that they're in, like ecological racism or pollution. The wider American culture at the time excused and hid this and currently continues to excuse and hide this. Why do you think certain things are getting defunded? This is why with the same money, same healthcare, same hospital, a Black woman could walk into the same situation as a white woman and be 3 times more likely to die giving birth. It's not about genetics, it's about negligence. It's slow moving, dismissive care is procedural violence. Additionally, because enslavement was the economic power engine that could make the American economy the superpower it was, it depended on producing more enslaved people.
It still does. We can't say it was. It still does. They use that as still their own way of powering their economy, literally, which is it's still very active. It's not something that is completely gone. But as we literally wind up with today's conversation, I see Danny in the building. I see John Mosquito earlier was talking about how we see Larry Clinton, not Bill Clinton. Danny Harrison says this was an open secret for years in the South. In the South, they keep secrets for years. And I also see John Mosquito says, I thought this video of the women in labor was fake, and though it was real, yeah, it is real. It was not an
It's real.
video. Jabba Jabba says wrong. You can deny care at any time. Jason says Fox and this goddamn it concentration camp hospitals. Jabba Jabba says you don't sign over the autonomy. It's illegal. And Jabba Jabba also says they'll make more money from the dead baby and placenta.
Baby. Exactly, because they get the placenta, they get all the baby parts, the spleen, the kidneys, and make more money from the dead body. Exactly.
And I also see John Mosquito says if you can go to appointments, they always try to see your last. They always try to see your last 2 and push white people ahead
People in
of
front
you.
of him. Yeah. And yeah, they keep you behind is last. Is right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
No, that's real. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the real world, Joby.
I've been in it, I just that I'm learning, I'm experiencing it, I've been in it, experiencing it Saturdays, and I'm experiencing
Yeah.
it. I love the experience, It's
There you go. You love to know that presidents are sucking each other's dicks. You okay with
no,
that now?
no,
Okay, let's go.
that's not my. That's not what I want to know. That's not my experience. I mean, I'm glad to have the information, but nah, that's not. I wish I had in my ears. That's just. I wish I can. I can take it back. It is part of the truth. But anyway, family, we're coming to the end of today's conversation. Short to 10 speed. So, are you eating the black babies? Are they eating the black babies? That's what the question. Today,
Well, they probably send them to some places to eat them. I mean, not the people, not the low budget doctors and the low budget nurses. They send those babies forward to be eaten by the higher ups, by the people that actually run this planet. Not them low budget bastards. Those are people working at the hospital. You know, they might send those babies up to be, shipped off to do some other wicked shit that we can't even fathom. Good.
yes. So much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Allow me to go catch up with my baby, my dog. I've missed my dog. But anyway,
They probably thought you had a baby. Were you pregnant? You got a baby around here?
wait, no, hell, I have a baby dog. That's all I do.
Joey got a dog now. Now she all in love with a little mutt.
Yep.
She like irritating that damn dog.
You called it what? What?
A mutt. Google that. Mute. Google mutt. That's not no slang term either. That's really a mutt.
Mute. MUTE.
How you spell mutt, guys? M-U-T? It might be just M-U-T. Mutt. M-U-T. It might be M-U-T-T. Try M-U-T. Not but mutt. M-U-T. Try that.
But this is nah. It doesn't look like this. Mine is cute. Shit.
I was doing it to make you the joke with your joke.
See, this looks bad. No, this looks no. Let me see what
I did as a joke, Joey. Your mutt.
my dog is so cute. My dog is like, I don't know even. There's not even resemblance.
Where your pictures at?
Even my dog doesn't even have a resemblance. It's just a unique one. I don't even know what to be. So cute, just cute, and yeah, it's so cute, so lovely, so playful. Doesn't bark, make noise. It's so cute. I love that dog. I've fallen in love with it, like for real, for real.
All right, calm down.
Dog. I'm not coming down. Like, yeah, who comes for having a good dog? Nobody, having a good
I don't want to hear about that dog. I don't want to hear about that dog sucking Bill Clinton's penis.
I just lost a beautiful bouquet up. Grace, have yourselves a beautiful rest part of your Monday. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, on the same conversation.
What's love, family? Thanks, Big Cheese, for the donation. Thanks, Big Cheese, for the donation.
Thank you, Big Cheese. We're not going to be talking about no Clinton, no tomorrow. We're going to be having a different positive conversation and debating one. Hey, I can't keep up with that. Much love, family, and of course a quick reminder to also of course download our app on the Google Play Store. Shout out to Big Cheese for donating, and to those who keep the Black Fire Network alive, we appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a beautiful rest part of your day. Peace, and we out.
Much love. We had Joey just disturbed in a long time.
I'm trying to just have a cool, easy, entering in my birthday. So I don't want no disturbance. No.